Take the eyewitness, for example. He shows up at the scene, talks to a guy who's driving a car similar, but talks about it being a Buick when it's actually a Mercury. I mean, they're in the same family, may look the same. But then he talks to a man who has the same characteristics as a defendant, but can't identify him perfectly. So if you take every piece of evidence and sort of go through it and say, each little piece here in this case they're building, there's built-in reasonable doubt, you might have a chance.
You might have a chance, but is a jury going to give the benefit of a doubt to a guy who 3 years ago, to the date of the closing argument, April 29th, 2018, was supposed to marry this woman when he had been married for 22 years? And, that's where, although they should have, give him the reasonable doubt. Will they give him a reasonable doubt given all of those other facts that he's a cheater and a liar and has been able to be deceptive to his family for all these years?
Now, it is a murder one case, so there has to be some sort of premeditation involved according to the law in Missouri. And it seems to me, James, that if they decide he killed her with all the evidence that we've seen, most specifically that phone call, it's almost built in. I don't think they'll have a problem overcoming that hurdle in terms of figuring out whether there was premeditation here.
Sure, because he's had a lot of time to think about this. How the heck is he going to pull this off? I mean, yes, he pays $4,000 for this wedding, but you can't have this public wedding while you're already married to another woman for 22 years. So clearly, if the jury finds that he did pull the trigger here, he had time to deliberate, and it's not going to be a stretch to have the finding of first-degree murder.
Yeah, and this motive situation, now we know they don't have to prove motive, but jurors are human. They like to know that there was a reason. And we begin to see, I think the prosecution did an excellent job showing that there was some doubt creeping in. He starts talking about his own wife being dead, and I think that sort of says to you, hey, he's starting to think that this thing is not going to work out unless somebody's gone.
Very true. I mean, he is, it's the old saw. I mean, once you lie, you just dig deeper and deeper as you're lying. So here he's got to think of a reason. Why isn't he available? Well, I've got this other emergency going on. Please respect, she may be my ex-wife, but she's in the hospital, bad car accident. Now she's dead. I have to deal with her children, who are our children together. So he tells a good story, that's for sure, but he sure didn't tell one up on the stand. And so, again, is the jury going to is the jury going to fill in the gaps of reasonable doubt? The defense gave a short, 7-minute, 6-minute opening statement and said it's the prosecution that's asking you to fill in the gaps, but maybe the defense has some gaps to fill in order to give that jury reasonable doubt that it's questionable whether they've done so.